Alright YouTube, what is going on? My name is Bigfoot. Welcome back to episode number 6 of my Cities Skylines series here on Fordell County. In today's episode, first of all, we are going to go ahead and basically break the population barrier of 14,000. That gets us some really useful unlocks to go ahead and help just curb our pollution problem. Then on top of that, I want to go ahead and just try and expand our city a little bit more, go ahead and make the facilities a bit better. And I just need to do lots of little small tasks. There's nothing too big today. We're going to focus a little bit as well on our wood production as well, so we can go ahead and maybe start to get a unique factory in place. That's really, I guess, the long-term aim for this, but we need to go ahead and make sure we've got everything in place for that to work out. Okay, so first of all, starting off actually in the industrial area, I've gone ahead and put on the no more purple pollution mod, so as we can see things are looking much better here. However, I do need to go ahead and, I mean, what it is right now is it's now got a brown haze around it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because I still want to show some pollution. I just want to go ahead and, I mean, purple looks stupid. This is more realistic the way it is looking, so I'm quite happy with it and I'm going to leave it like that. The issue I was about to address is this junction here. It's now got to the stage where I think we could need traffic lights back on because we're getting queues out onto the highway now, which just isn't really good enough at all here. The problem is I need to upgrade this to 3 lanes by the looks of it. However, I don't know how easy that will be, if even possible. So it is possible, which is good. Problem is we've also got a bus stop in a really difficult area, or not a great area at all actually. So I think what we need to do is I think we need to go ahead and maybe move this bus stop along to there. So let's move the bus stop into there instead. Let's remove this bus stop and then remove that bus from there. Problem is that this pink bus is actually going to change lanes here, so again that's not really practical either. So I think leaving it like that will be fine for now because we just want the pink bus to go ahead and try and amalgamate into, but then again, I mean, this is causing issues as well, so it's really not great at all. What I think we maybe need to do then is go ahead and make use of our traffic president here because we might as well. So let's go for this junction here. We're going to go ahead and assign you to that, that, or that. Then this lane here is going to go there, there, or there, though I can see an issue already here. And then this lane here is going to go there, there, or there. So that should hopefully solve some issues. Problem is, going over to here though, we've got too many problems. It looks like it's our train station which is causing most of the issues here, which I can totally relate and is totally understandable. So, what I'm thinking about doing is possibly relocating this dump. Though I can't do that until it is empty. Or no, it is empty, which is good. So that means we can go ahead and move it. Surely. If I go ahead and delete this, building is not empty. But it says landfill site emptying. It's 13% full. I'm being stupid. So once that's emptied, what I kind of want to do is I want to go ahead and get the road sort of run round here and extend into here. Because all the traffic stemming from this central junction is all related to our train depot here. That's just the bottom line. As we can see here, things are a bit stupid with the traffic lights here as well. So I'm still really much all for going for trying to stick without traffic lights. I think that's my best approach in all honesty. If we go ahead and this is, I'm just actually having a look through the menu here, so we've got timed as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn these off, and then possibly those off as well. I think that would be a good idea. So now all of a sudden there's a lot less pressure on road junctions now as well. Interestingly over here, I think the traffic lights have turned themselves back on, which is very odd, unless we're just giving way very, very cautiously. Strange. Anyway, hopefully there'll be a little bit of a difference here, but we do need to go ahead and improve things. There are some vehicles using this new orbital, I guess, ring road which we built. However, I would like to get a lot more pressure off this junction here. How that's going to happen as well is we're going to buy the tile down here, I hope shortly as well. Once we go ahead and get to 14,000 people, we should get a new tile which we can go ahead and buy, which will be exciting. Okay, so let's return to our city for the time being, and let's go ahead and see what's happening. Auto bulldoze is going to be the next mod I get, because having to do this is just a bit silly. So that is 3 buildings down. Is there any more? It doesn't really look like it, which is good. So we are slowly starting to get an increase in the population now. What I've done over here is this is all, I guess, quite small, low density residential over here. I've not gone ahead and did anything too high nature. What I also want to go ahead and do though is going to add in some paths in between the streets. That's not that exciting though. What I do think I want to do though is add in a park or two, because I think that we have neglected that a little bit as we've continued on. So I actually want a really small park. Something like that there would be perfect. So that's going to cover most of this area, and then we can possibly get another one in over there as well, which is perfect. So that's 2 parks at that end of the town. Then I feel we could probably do with a park down the waterfront as well. I think that would be quite a nice thing to do. So if we go ahead and add one in down there as well, that covers most of the town quite nicely. Looks like the office district is interestingly complaining about not having a park either, which is understandable. They maybe don't want a small playground though, they maybe want a larger park with trees. We already have a statue down here actually, so I'm surprised that they're wanting more. But I guess everyone does get a bit greedy, so that looks quite nice there, and hopefully that should go ahead and change the mood in our office district. And then over in the, I mean, it's going to be a lose-lose if we go ahead and build a park in the industrial estate here, because it's just going to be polluted over, in all honesty, which will not be great at all. Right, so we're just waiting on 14,000 people actually moving into our town, which, even with the new housing, and I need to create a district there actually, that's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start to work on the new upgrades. So what I want to do is I want to get a extra road coming up here, maybe into the mountains here. Not that I'm going to go ahead and build off it anyway, but I just want a extra road to allow us to go ahead and maybe get something up here. I've got a feeling I could get a small village maybe in this area here. I think this would make sense. There's a lot of flat land. I can get a nice junction in there. Or instead of having a junction, what we can maybe do is have a road over to that area. I think that would make a lot of sense. So for that to happen though, I'm going to have a bit of a logistical challenge. So what I'm thinking is if we continue this road up from here, like so, then we're going to start to get into the mountainous terrain, which isn't going to be easy to navigate. So what I'm proposing we do here is we've come up this hill. I actually really don't like that at all. I don't like this road in the slightest. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this back straight away. Now what I think I'm actually going to try and do here is I'm going to shift the railway line a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that there's enough room on this left hand side in this gap here to get another road to come through here. So we can get 2 roads to meet at the top here. And then we can have this road going off into the distance, basically running parallel to the highway but not being a highway. So it's like a small side road which can be used when required. So let's go ahead and pause the game because this isn't going to be a 2-second job at all, and let's go ahead and start to erase some of the track. Now I'm just going to go ahead and rebuild the track again straight away, but I just need to do it at just slightly different position. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. So to keep this straight, that would be perfect. That would give me the required room I need. Then if we were also to do something straight from here, like so, then it just means the trains are probably going to have to really slow down when they come around this corner. But to make that a little bit better, we can cut that back a bit more. Then we can cut that back a bit more. So we can run that to say, yeah, about there. And then that can run into there, and that's perfect. Does that still give us enough room though? That is the real question. Honestly, from here we can actually have a single track road anyway. That's not a problem. So if we jump back onto our bendy roads, that's a bit too close, I feel. Right, let's just build to here for now, straight. And then what I want to do is go ahead and have this sort of curve round, which is quite nice. Yeah, that works out great. And then we can go ahead and continue this round here. So at least that's given me this option. I'm probably not going to build it out just yet, but you can sort of see what I'm aiming for here. What I think we're also going to do though is now downgrade this road here, because there's no need for the super large road that we do have, because we're not going to get a lot of traffic up here, I don't think anyway. I can get an extended house in there, a small house in there, and these houses can all move forward a tiny bit, and we can actually get a wee bit more housing in here, but again, I don't want too much close to the railway line actually, so if we go ahead and maybe zone up another house there, and maybe another small house there, and then maybe, I'm honestly happy with that, to be honest. That should do the trick. Then we can also go ahead and zone in there with the small extension, so that works nicely. Then coming over to here, I want to sort of fill up this top area a bit better as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue to go and expand up here just this little bit more. What I'm probably going to need to do is flatten more of this out. We're just going to have a small bridge, which is basically just going to go over the railway from here, and then it's just going to come down the other side. Like so. So if that goes up to 12 units, and then from there, I mean, again, I don't like the look of it, but we can mask a lot of this with like trees and stuff, so that wouldn't be too much of an issue. If we go ahead and have this bridge sort of go to there, and then go to there like so. And then from there, that's just going to look stupid now though, isn't it? Yeah, I honestly think it will do. And that looks stupid anyway, the angle that it's at. Right, ladies and gentlemen, give me a few seconds. I'm just going to go ahead and mess around with the land here and see what I can get. Something hopefully a little bit more elegant than what I'm getting right now. Okay, so there we go, that's the problem solved. I was thinking as soon as I went ahead and said I'm going to disappear, I was like, okay, well, it would make sense if we just had a level crossing, because this is going to be quite a rural road. It shouldn't get a lot of traffic. It might support an industry at some point, but I can't really see it being too useful going forward. So that has meant now that, as we can see, things have changed a little, which is cool. And I've also moved the school slightly as well. So let's go ahead and get some houses in and along here. This is going to be the very, very top end of town. And then after this, there's going to be no more to go from. What I think we'll also do though is, while we're at it, just add in another small park. I've really not done a lot this episode yet, have I? So I can't get one in there either, which is unfortunate. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get that in there, and then any housing that I've scheduled to build in here, we can get one in there, maybe one in there, but that should do. I'm just really just wanting to get over the population threshold we need, in all honesty. I also want to go ahead though and build in some trees right now, because that's going to be very important just to go ahead and continue. You can see what I've been up to, but I do want to go ahead and not do birch trees. If we can go ahead and extend this and we can get a lot more conifers along the line here, that would then be perfect. Thing is, there's not actually really the demand right now for housing, so I'm sure once the demand increases, then we'll hopefully start to see a lot more housing be built. Let's temporarily though just colour this area in with trees for the time being, just so it all looks a bit more natural, and that there is perfect. Right, so the demand, there's a lot of commercial demand, which I really understand, to be honest, because I've not got enough commercial really on this map at all, which makes sense. There's also like no commercial until you get all the way downtown in this place, which I guess I've tried to go ahead and build a bit more here, but all in all, we've just not got enough in general here. What we are going to do now though is we are going to go ahead and start to expand the industrial estate. That is what I want to do, and go ahead and try and complete it out, or at least go ahead and provisionally complete it out anyway. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to undo that change. I always get my roads wrong in this game, which is bad. What we're going to do is we're going to have the mega road along the top here, and I'm going to keep with this, and this is going to extend along, I don't know, maybe to there or so, like that. Then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start to have some more roads come down the back here. There we go, that looks a little bit better. Trying to get everything compacting quite nicely. Now, what I'm thinking at the bottom here let's try that again. I think along the bottom here, what I want to try and do is have quite a large expressway as well, because eventually we're going to have a junction in here. Tell you what, we'll leave that for now and we'll upgrade that another time, because that's really just not for right now. Then we can go ahead and continue on with this here. We can go ahead and get another road in there, perfect. And that will run up to there, and then that can intersect with... Come on. Oh my word. Wonderful. Actually, to be fair, there are two different kinds of roads. That kind of makes sense why that isn't working. No, that also doesn't work. Great. Right, let's try this one last time and hopefully we succeed. There we go, wonderful. So, at least that's 2 extra plots now laid down, which is good. So that means we can go ahead and add in a bit more water. Sewage treatment, that's why I'm really wanting to race to our next population objective, just so we can go ahead and get better sewage treatment. With this though, we can go ahead and create some new jobs. I'll go ahead and fill up this area here, and that should get some more factories in, which is exciting. How are we doing traffic wise here? Things are actually a lot better now in general, though I still feel we're putting a lot of pressure on this place, so I might add in a second one. And then we can also go ahead and think about adding in a few more. I mean, we can add quite a lot, and we've got so much we can do with the railway. And we've also got so much money as well right now, which is crazy. Are we about to have a death wave? I have a strong feeling we're about to. And I mean, no one likes to have a death wave, obviously, but they are just the most infuriating things. Right now we've got a cemetery, which is sort of dealing with all our death issues right now. Though I've got a feeling we might need to go ahead and... Have we actually got a crematorium? We don't actually yet, so that's another reason we need to get to 14,000 so we can go ahead and really accommodate for that. Death care wise, yeah, we've got... Okay, so I mean, crematorium available, but we don't have one, and we've got 100 dead bodies, so I'm hoping they're all going to the graveyard, but I'm not 100% sure on that one, so it is quite important though that we go ahead and make sure we are on top of that. What I really need to do though is just add a lot of commercial in, don't we? So we are going to add in some commercial in over here, and we're actually going to add some into the industrial estate here just to go ahead and change things up a little bit. And I need to actually put some in, and I really don't have any room left in this whole area at all. What we could do is we could actually add in a zone over here. I think that would be a good idea, just temporarily for now, to go ahead and try and ease the pressure. What I'd quite like to do is, if we can, go ahead and make a... Is that about halfway? Yeah, perfect. So those two are sort of parallel to each other, which I quite like. Though that is the worst place probably to have that road, because it's sort of in between where I can have 2 more roads. So if we extend this down, yeah, like 5 more units, perfect. And then if we extend this down 5 more units, then we go ahead and basically just draw the same roads, but around like that. Then that means we can get another one from here to there, like so, which is perfect. So now all of a sudden we're utilising the land much, much better. So for this, what we're going to do, before I actually jump to this, we're going to go ahead and first of all zone this area up here and give this a name, because this is a separate village. What are we going to call this village? That is a very good question. First of all, let me go ahead and let's tidy up everything here. So the railway line up to the bridge, pretty much the bridge is the boundary there, so that's fine. So that works out nicely. Actually, this might as well own the railway line because it owns the entrance at... Yeah, that works out quite well. Right, ignore me for the time being. Let's go ahead and push this back on this side to the railway line. Right, what are we going to call this place? It needs a creative, witty name. I've got an idea for it, actually. It's quite a small village, and it is going to be called a village. It's going to be called... Oh... Nah, see, I was going to go for something really Scottish there, Glen Lyon, but I mean, we're not really in a glen, are we? And then I can't call it Lion Village, because that would be quite weird. And I know I can imagine in the comments right now, people are saying, oh, name it after me, name it after me. If there's a justification for it, I will, but for now, I am not going to. Just because I want to go ahead and try think of something creative. Why don't we go for, I don't know, what is a nice village name? What about, yeah, let's go for, but then, I mean, that's not, I was going to go for Braemar there, and that's quite a nice one. What about, let's just call this Spring, if I can spell, let's just call this Spring Field Village, which is perfect. Right, so that's that zone added in, which is awesome. So that's Springfield Village. We've got Upper Crescent here, which is now extended actually quite a bit as well. So if we go ahead and give this village all of this coastline here as well, Then along here we've got Crescent Bay Village. I think we might rename Upper Crescent Bay, to be honest, because I actually don't like that name either. So that's Crescent Bay Village. Then we've got Upper Crescent Bay Village, which is also expanded in size. If we go ahead and very quickly just zone all this addition up here. Yeah, we're going to give this place a new name as well. So what are we going to call it? That is a very good question indeed. Let's go ahead and call this... let's call this... I don't know. Why am I so bad with names today? It's really bad. Let's call this... No, Delta's such a bad name. I actually can't think. Let's call this... Conifer Village. That's a decent name. Though in saying that, have I spelt conifer right? Village. Conifer. Conifer Village, I have. Wonderful. And that's actually a really good name as well, because that's like built on a conifer sort of area. Which kind of makes sense. Right, so that's now 3 more unique names. I'm going to have to do lots with the buses, but I'll do a lot of it off camera. What we're going to do then is we're going to do a new district over here, which is going to just be called like Fordell Shopping District, I think, to go ahead and just really just deal with lots of increase in shopping going forward. That's really what I'm aiming for. Thinking back to the Liechtenstein series, I actually had like specific stores like Boots and all that. I had so many different models and assets in here. I pretty much uninstalled everything when I came back to the game because honestly so much just wasn't working, but the amount of mods I had in that series was ridiculous. It was sort of overkill, so it was a bit too much anyway. Right, let's go ahead and let's first of all get some piping into this place because that is going to be the most important thing we're going to need from the start. Then what we're going to do is we're going to call this Fordell Shopping City, which works out great. Right, okay, so this is Fordell Shopping City. I'm going against naming conventions of individual villages. It's not part of like Crescent Bay or anything like that. And this is Fordell, so sort of like Fordell Valley Shopping City. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, okay, so with this now, I need to go ahead and make sure we've got electricity connected up to here, which I'm not 100% sure we will do initially. So let me go ahead and select Paint Bucket, and let's go ahead and get all of this zoned up here. And I think that should give me a relatively good start for the time being, which is good. So we'll hopefully start to see some building appearing there. Now we're starting to see the residential demand increase again, which is what I'm wanting to see. I just want to break... We just need to do a lot of new building, to be honest. I'm tempted to just start a new village over here. Though again, I don't really want to mess too much with this area, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to come over here and focus on it. So, not enough buyers for products, which isn't great to see. And this is why now I'm guessing storage, you're going to be full. You're going to be running unlimited. And then if we go along to the storage bays over here, you're only half full actually. But basically, I'm guessing we're not getting the bang for our buck right now. If we have a look in here, as we can see, yeah, we're actually making quite... that's the transport, my bad. We're making quite a negative income anyway right now, currently, on the forestry, which is a real shame. So I do need to go ahead and... I think we can possibly get ourselves a specialised factory in now, because I think we do have the 2 inputs. So, let's give this a go. I never realised how big this factory was going to be, which it is very, very large indeed. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try and stick this over here. And then let's run that up there. So let's try that there, which is nice. So this is, or it should require timber and then paper, and then this should give us our furniture, and then that furniture should be automatically sent out. So what I want to do now is instead go ahead and keep that unbalanced and keep that unbalanced, which is good. So it sells some and it keeps some. But then over here, we need to go ahead and not empty. We need to keep that unbalanced. So it's already full. So what I think should happen now is this place should start to take off. That's what I'm hoping anyway going forward. Looks like we have a bit of a major worker crisis, which is literally what I want, because I do want to go ahead and add in, we're just going to need to add in lots more housing, honestly. I'm just going to have to do it. I'm going to have to start a new area, because we're also progressing too slowly here as well, which is not good. So, opposite Fordell, we're going to have like maybe Fordell City. We're actually now already starting the city, which is quite exciting. So, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and have a ring road, which is going to span out from here, and it's going to come along here, which is perfect, though that is not the right road. It is the right road, it's just really weirdly coloured because it's not being affected by the current weather right now, so that's why it does look so much brighter, though it is a boulevard. Yeah, no, that's right, I'm being so silly here. So then from this, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set up loads of facilities here as well. We'll tell you what, we're actually going to move that out the way here. This is going to get moved along to, say, here. Along with a... Don't think we need anything else. We'll need a fire department for this general area, though. And then we will need a little sheriff's office for this area as well, which is perfect. So let's go ahead now and add in some water, because we're about to go ahead and, as I say, mass expand into this area. So if we go ahead and build a water pipe right through there as well, this is sort of where a lot of the new buildings are going to go up. This is all going to be high density, this village as well, by the way, just for people wondering. So let's go ahead and, yeah, we just need to really go ahead and start to build at a much faster rate, in all honesty, because we're being very slow, I feel, right now. A wee bit too cautious, in all honesty. Problem is as well that we are coming up a hill here, which is, again, doesn't make life any easier. Right, you know what we're actually going to do here is we're going to move this whole planned village. We're going to move it south a little bit, just because it's not working out here. So let's get rid of all that. Yes, I know I've just gone through a lot of money. What we need to do is think about this a bit better. So if we have this come along here, this is much flatter terrain now, which is perfect. Really glad about that. So then from here we can start to go ahead and build our new city. So if we go ahead and start, for example, maybe here, build up to there, and then build a road along there, and then we can go ahead and get a road in. Let's try and maximize the space here. So we are still on a bit of a hill. I'm not going to bother like going ahead and flattening out all the land, for example, but that works out nicely there. So if we can go ahead and get a... That's a fire department. I get confused with the icons here. It's really strange. And then we've got all our facilities back in, which is good. And that sort of half will help to cover our shopping district as well. So Fordell City is now going to start, which is exciting. So let's go ahead and zone all of this up and all of this up very quickly indeed. Let's first actually go ahead and dezone that and then dezone that, which is perfect. So now we need to go ahead and also add in an electricity connection, which that's going to be quite easy. So now we just need to go ahead and basically make the facilities better here. So let's have an elementary school. Let's have a large high school there as well. Then on top of that, I think we can get quite a large park in here as well. Basically just, I'm trying to get people to move here as fast as possible. So that part will fit in there and no more, which is perfect. Arguably cutting off my electricity supply, but hey ho. So there we go. So that is this village all of a sudden just spawning out of nothing, which is perfect. And this then should mean that we should trickle over into this population, which I've been trying to do for half an hour, but been messing around just doing so many little things, which arguably I feel we've done so little this episode. We've defined some zones, we've added some shopping in, we messed around way too long with a road over here. We went ahead and sort of, I guess, worked on a bit more of an expansion over here. So looking back, yeah, we have done a fair amount. I just need a lot more workers all of a sudden. That's really what we need. So we should hopefully start to get that here anyway. What I might also do is I might do a break on taxes as well, maybe, shortly, to go ahead, because we just need to get people in here ASAP. Let's go ahead and actually keep expanding this zone out here as well, which is perfect. We will actually add in some light shopping in this area over here, just so basically this village has access to shops for the time being, which is perfect. You need water as well, which is fine. So that should go ahead and resolve that issue there. And there we go. So now the wait is on. I'm just very quickly going to fast forward until we get to the stage where all this housing is built. So ladies and gentlemen, in the past, I guess, 5 or so minutes I've gone ahead and basically just expanded this area, and also have expanded the shopping district, shopping city, whatever you want to call it. So we are starting to get a lot of growth in Fordell City. It's going to be a city, so I really do want pretty much it all to be high-rise sort of thing. That's really what I'm aiming for. And then I want to keep these as, they're not really villages anymore, to be honest. What I imagine a village is like Springfield Village. It's a village, low density, not that much going on in it, to be honest. It's got a village school, and that's pretty much how it is. However, I realise that things have changed as time has gone on, but finally we've got 2 of arguably the most important buildings we could actually receive in a long time, to be honest. Crematorium to help our death wave, because I did have to add in a new graveyard, and then we've also got a water treatment plant as well, which makes my life even better. Also, this isn't good. Thankfully we've got a fire station like 2 doors down, which is good. Hopefully it doesn't reach our... oh, it's at the police station now. Though we managed to put it out, which is good, and it looks like the police station is back to operating normally, so thank God for the fire station here in Fordell City. Also gave the zone an actual name, which is cool, but that means that we can get a crematorium in as well, which is super useful. So we'll get one in here, and then we'll get one in across the city over here. We'll get a small one in the back streets here of Crescent Bay, which is perfect. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the stage now where we're all of a sudden doing lots of mass building. We've also got a lot of money, which is great to see. I need to add in a few more mods as well, which is quite good, but we really have a direction. So this episode really started really slow, and I do apologise about that, but we can hopefully go ahead and sort that out very, very shortly. How is this place doing? We are making furniture, and production value is very, very nice indeed. So what I'm thinking here, if that menu could stay open, which it's not. So our expenses right now are 868, which reflects near enough that material cost. So I'm guessing overall we must be making quite a bit of money out of this, though it's difficult to say when you're sort of having to... I mean, we are making a lot of profit there, which is good. So they're selling to that factory, I'm presuming, and then if we filter by industrial, I'm assuming this counts as industrial, then... is it level 3 maybe? It's really difficult to say and put my finger on, to be honest, unless there's a specialization tab for that, but it doesn't look like it. So anyway, we've still got so much to do. At the start of the next episode, I think we're going to go ahead and deal with this issue here, because I've been wanting to forever, and it's making Crescent Bay pretty ugly. We can also probably go ahead now and actually extend the key now we've got rid of the power line. Then on top of that, we're just going to go ahead, and we should have a new tile to unlock as well now. We do, which is perfect. So that means I can go ahead and maybe start to move down to, really, I guess, the Fordell... well, I could call it the Fordell River, but I feel that would just be a bit lame, to be honest. I mean, Fordell Valley, where you have the Fordell River, then we have Fordell City. I just don't want too much Fordell, you know, that's the thing. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, so I hope you have enjoyed it. Please leave a like, rate and subscribe if you are new around here. Go down into that comment section below, give me some more feedback, tell me what to do. Again, I am mass recording this series as I'm away in Scotland for a bit of time, only like 5 days, but the amount of videos I have to do for that is quite a lot. So if you have posted a comment and it's not been added in or addressed, it will. Just give it time and I'll get back to that at some stage. Then on top of that, go ahead and check out the description where my links to my Twitter, my Discord and my Patreon are. Go ahead and show me some love on those. And that's all, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you very much for watching. My name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.